Hi, Robin with Oxy-Dry. Nice area here. A little bit older. This house is 13 years old. He just sold it. I think he said 1.3 million. Another house right near here went for 1.6. Yeah, nice house. It's pretty big, as you will see. The carpet is in very good condition, actually, for the age. There is wear in certain areas, like right beside where the bed was. Here you can see wear, pile distortion and crushing. Same over here. In the doorways, there's a fair amount of distortion, which is typical for a kind of a plushy carpet. It wears eventually. But for 13 years, actually, it's in pretty good shape. Now, when I got here, it was obvious. He's moving out, by the way. This is a move out. It was obvious that it had been very well vacuumed. I had house cleaners in here yesterday. They did a good job. So I vacuumed it again, or I am vacuuming it again in the process, because that's part of the way we clean. And although I know that they vacuumed it, I don't know how well that vacuum they used worked, and I don't know if they really actually did every inch. Although they did the edges and corners, I can tell that, because there's nothing in the edges and corners, which is good. So I'm vacuuming the entire place, and I've only found one spot, which is right there. No, at least on the upstairs. I've got more to do. I'll show you. A big house. This is a nice big job. Yeah. Oops. And there's my van. my uplander. I'm using the uplander right now because my Nissan it's got a parasitic power draw, and the battery's going dead on me all the time. So fortunately I do have the uplander. It was wise to keep it, and as a backup, and I think I've used it one other time for the business, but anyway, I just actually had some repairs done on it because I'm planning on taking it. I'm doing a trip to Victoria in a couple of weeks. I'm going to take the uplander. Very nice on the highway, and that's a 4 or 5 hour drive down the along the Coquihalla Highway. So it's nice for the highway. So I decided I'll take that this time. Anyway, so that's the upstairs, all vacuumed. And then I get a set of stairs. I vacuumed that. Quite a fair amount of wear happening here, but it really fluffed up with I'm using the Kirby, by the way. And I apologize for the quality of the sound. It's probably not great. I was using my microphone yesterday, and then when I took it off, I usually put it into my pouch where I carry my credit card machine, but at this time I put it on the dresser, and then I walked right by it this morning. I left it behind, so unfortunately I don't think the sound's not going to be great. Now when I get down where the vacuum is, I'll show you that down there. Anyway, another set of stairs right here. And yeah, big open areas, wide open areas. Unfortunately, one thing I didn't bring with me is the larger pad driver, or any larger pads. I've got the 17-inch pads and the 15-inch pad driver, which is fine. I mean, but ideally, if I had everything with me, I would actually use the larger pad driver and a larger pad for these wide open areas, but that's okay. I don't mind. This is actually the only job I got today anyway, so no rush, no problem. It's a large dollar job. Anyway, so I will vacuum, and I thought I'd just show you that. I don't show the vacuuming all that often, and obviously the Kirby I don't show hardly ever anyway. So I'll vacuum, and I won't say much because I don't think you'll hear me talk anyway. But there's some that like to watch vacuuming being done, and you don't see the Kirby being used that often. So we'll vacuum the basement here, and we'll see how it goes. And I decided to use the Kirby, by the way, because it's such a wide open area, and it's a plusher carpet. This Kirby, of course, is power driven, so it's very easy to move it back and forth. It takes like virtually no power, no effort to move it. Actually, for those who don't know, you can see the handle, see it's wiggling there, moving back and forth. There's actually a switch in there, and when you pull it back, there's a transmission inside the back of the machine there, and it powers the wheels in reverse. And when you push it forward, it powers the wheels forward. It's really an ingenious setup, and for these applications, the Kirby is a great vacuum. It is a very good vacuum. Really, it is. It's great power, obviously great quality. You can buy them really cheap off of Facebook Marketplace and whatever. And it does have a micron filtration bags. It has multi-layer bags in them, by the way. And that's a direct air vacuum, which means that the fan is at the front of the vacuum motor, and it draws the air into the cleaning head and then blows the air, the dirt and everything into the bag. So these type of vacuums have more airflow than a typical suction vacuum. It's just the way they work. And in fact, you can put this thing down onto the carpet and tilt it, and you'll actually lift the carpet off the underpad. That has that much airflow pulling through the carpet from the backing. So for really deep vacuuming, Kirby is a very good option. Now the Hush Tone actually has about the same or perhaps even more airflow, so it's no slouch either. Yeah, these are great vacuums, and yeah, they're expensive to buy new though. I would never buy one new. That's just not necessary, because you can buy them in really good shape off of a Facebook Marketplace. So anyway, let's go to work. And again, the sound quality won't be great. I don't actually, yeah, I don't have the microphone. So anyway, I'll vacuum, and you can just come along for the ride if you want. The Kirby, by the way, does get right up along the edge very well. Sucks on the edge really well. And I'm covering every inch of the carpet, being very thorough. And I will post vacuum this carpet to groom it. I do a lot of jobs like this, actually, where either move in or move out, where I'm doing an entire house like this. Which, of course, is really nice. Nothing to move, wide open areas. And these type of houses, these high-end houses, usually the carpets are in very good shape. Not much in the way of, bad stains and things like that. It just goes with the territory. The kind of customers that we typically work for. We focus on our marketing position, as it were, is really for high-end, as it were. In other words, we don't do the move-out type apartment changeover kind of stuff at cleaning. We do get that occasionally, but that's unusual for us. It's not our market. I learned long ago that you don't win by being cheap. We give people their value, which is why they call us, but we charge for what it's worth, but we include everything and do it properly. And we're unique because we have a below moisture process, and virtually nobody else around here cleans that way. And we've been at it 30 years, so got a lot of repeat, a lot of referrals, and not 5-star across the board rating. So when people are looking for quality, they will almost inevitably choose us. And there's a lot of people that really don't want steam cleaning. And we make sure people know we don't steam clean. That's a footprint, a crush mark from a couch or something. Something right there. Maybe. That's another footprint from a table or something. that I'm almost done. Took me about the same length of time to do the upstairs and then the steps as well. So right, so now I'm gonna start cleaning. So anyway, thank you for watching and have a good day.